This veteran has been seen at the hospital facility for 2 years, mainly by her primary care provider, and has no mental health team assigned. She was screened today by her nurse as part of the annual screening for the Columbia. She answered yes to having thoughts about not wanting to wake up, yes to having an actual thought of death by suicide, and yes on having a plan on how she might act on killing herself, no to having intent, working out details, or having any past preparatory behaviors or suicide attempts. She's being followed up by you, her primary care provider. The nurse let me know that you shared in the screening that you had some thoughts of not wanting to wake up every day. Thank you for being honest and understanding. The screening is an important part of your care. I'm going to ask you some more detail about the thoughts you've been having so I can see what's going on. It says you started having the thoughts about 3 weeks ago. I know you came in for another reason, and we'll set aside some time to address that. But I also want to make sure that you're safe and we can connect you to the right resources. Do you have any questions?
I'm not sure I even want to go into it. You might think I'm crazy or something, and then I'm going to be late for work. I don't have a lot of sick leave, and my boss is really strict. I need you to look at my knee, and I just want to get my medications refilled.
Well, Zeus comes up a lot for many veterans, and that's why we ask the questions. I don't think you're crazy, but you may need some help. We need to make sure that we're offering you the help you need, along with addressing your need and getting the medication refills done. It'll only take a few minutes, and we'll make sure to have time to talk about anything else you want to address today.
But honestly, it's not really that bad, and I'd rather just get my knee pain looked at and refilling my blood pressure medications. My knee has gotten really bad since my deployment to Afghanistan, and I retired. If it wasn't hurting and my boss wasn't making me feel horrible and worthless, maybe I wouldn't even have these bad thoughts. I just don't want to hurt anymore.
Well, okay, let's focus on your knee for a moment and see if we can come back around to finish up, get you to work on time. I see in your chart that you hurt your knee in Afghanistan and have been taking Motrin regularly. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think your pain level is at today? Is there anything that happened recently to make your pain level change?
Well, I'd say it's about a 5 right now. But when I started my new job 3 weeks ago, I had to walk up the stairs, and then it gets to be about an 8 or higher. So bad I have to take a break, and it's only 1 floor up. Sometimes it gets to aching at night when I'm sleeping, and then I have a nightmare. Then I wake up and I can't get back to sleep. It really got worse when I started my new job and had to go up the stairs a few times a day to give reports to my boss.
So the stairs are aggravating your knee. I'd like to take a look. Can I see your knee? I'm going to order an ultrasound for comparison to your last and likely refer you to an orthopedist. When the pain increased at work, is this about the same time you started having the thoughts that you didn't want to live?
Yeah, I guess that's when I noticed it. My first week at work, I got yelled at for filing the wrong report. I was walking down the steps thinking about how I was a senior chief in the Navy and now I'm a bookkeeper. I used to run a whole finance section. I miss my dad and wonder if he would even be proud of me. I was walking down and my knee just snapped. I had to slide down the rest of the way and limp back to my desk.
Really sorry that happened and that you're under a lot of stress. Often our pain can affect the way we think and feel. When you start to think of ending your life, did you think about how you might die by suicide?
Mm, well, maybe I could just drive into the woods with my gun that my dad left me. He used it so that he wasn't in pain from cancer. Maybe that's how I would do it now, but I don't really know.
Have you made any plans to do this?
No, I'm not even sure that's what I'd do. What would happen to my dog? I would need to make sure was taken care of first. Like I said, maybe if I wasn't hurting all the time and my boss wasn't such a jerk, I'd be okay.
Thank you so much for talking about this with me. I can't help with the bosses being a jerk, but if I'm right, there's a lot we can do to reduce your knee pain, and as long as your blood pressure medications are working well, there's no issue with refilling them. Besides dog, is there anything else you can think of that helps you in coping when you're having thoughts of taking your own life?
You know, I've always wanted to get a degree to run a business, and then I wouldn't have to deal with anyone being the boss, but just me.
You can totally do that. Do you think it would be okay if I put in a referral for you to talk to someone in mental health?
Well, I can't talk to them today because I've got to get to work, but maybe in a couple weeks when I can work it around my schedule.
Sounds good. They'll reach out to you to get you on the schedule so you can work with them on a day and time. You'll also be hearing from imaging to set up an ultrasound. Is it possible for you to just now let a friend or a family member keep the gun until you can get a handle on your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I don't have any close friends or family that I can give it to.
Do you think you might be comfortable with me giving you a gun lock today, or put in a referral for you to get a gun safe?
Yeah, I mean, sure, I'll take a gun lock. I keep it locked in the drawer of my bedside table. I don't even have bullets for it, but I'll take it. Let me think about the gun safe. I'd have to find a place for it.
Also, since you're here for medications, we can also provide you with a locking bag for them if you'd like. We're always trying to think of ways to help keep someone safe. Putting space and time between someone in crisis buys them the time to derail the thoughts and use a coping skill. Here's a card with some emergency contact information numbers on it in case you aren't feeling safe. Do you have any more questions? Maybe a few more minutes and we can talk about a safety plan?
Actually, not now. I do need to get to work, and traffic this time of day is really bad, but I'll take the gun lock in the bag. Thank you.
All right, well, let me walk you out to the front desk and get you rescheduled to see me in a couple of weeks, and we can review the ultrasound results. Sound good?
That sounds great. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.